Alrighty YouTube, it's your boy Zxous and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And in today's video we're going to be talking about how you should be building and what to prioritize when building your ANIS Sparkling Summer unit. Now she's obviously a very good character and I highly recommend you guys summon for this character. A very nice character indeed. But obviously, when it comes to building her, you might not know what to do. So make sure you guys subscribe and like because your boy got you covered. I'll also be doing this for Helm when Helm drops, but right now, ANIS is way too broken. I'm not gonna lie, she's very broken. She's doing way too much damage, and it's expected, right? I expected her to do well, but I didn't think she was gonna do this good, right? So, yeah. Let's talk about her skills. Let's prioritize then her cube, and then her equipment, and then her best partners. So, for her skills, right? Obviously, her whole thing surrounds her really having low bullets, right? Or at least, her having as low rounds of bullets as possible, because when the last bullet hits, that's when she's going to be dealing a lot of damage. So my skill right now is 565. Her first skill obviously increases the attack of her attack when you enter a full burst to electrocode allies and increase their reload speed. So you want to have dupes for this character too. You don't need dupes whatsoever, don't get me wrong. You could just get your one copy and dip, but obviously ANIS with dupes would do better than ANIS without dupes, clearly, right? Because you just get more attack, or not a buff, but you get more attack from dupes, literally. So, yeah. Her second skill, when the last bullet hits, 2 units with the highest attack will have their damage, or will just take 312.89% of final attack is damage. Now remember, final attack and regular attack are different. Regular attack is only the Nikke's base stats, so this attack right here, and then the attack from their gear here, right? But final attack is actually the base stats, the gear from here, the buff in game. So for example, when litter buffs up, 66%, that is included. And then also your effect, right? When you can get the attack, literally that's how it is. So it's literally all. If you actually just click it, it tells you it's everything here. And then without final, it's that. So there's that. It's very big too. 312% at level 6 is quite high. And then when the last bullet hits, you also do get damage interruption parts increase by a certain percentage for 10 seconds. And then her burst skill is what really makes the character shine. She decreases ammo capacity by a big amount at level 5, 57%. That's half already at level 5, right? Increases your reload speed even more. Remember, because she's an electric, she's also going to get this 38%. But increase her reload speed even more by 21.42% at level 5. And then damage a strong element increased by 32%. So that's big. That's a lot she's doing. She's already hitting very hard, right? So in terms of what skills to prioritize, you want to upgrade every skill she has, because every skill plays a part with another skill, right? The first skill plays a part with the second skill plays a part with the burst skill plays a part with the second skill, and the first skill. It all works together. But in the order, I would say obviously burst skill, because you want to have as low ammo capacity as possible. Then second skill, then first skill. Literally work your way down and then go up. But you want to focus on all these skills, right? In terms of actually damage, you want the second skill upgraded the most if you just want damage, right? The max ammo capacity is nice and stuff like that, of course, but to do insane damage, you need that second skill leveled up. So I would say second skill, burst skill, then first skill, actually, right? Upgrade the second skill first, then the burst skill, then the first skill. But second skill should be your main priority. Burst skill should also be a main priority, right? In terms of the cubes, you want to either give her the resilience cube or the assault cube. Obviously, resilience gives reload speed, which she's already going to have a lot, but just so that you have more and you're sure that, you have as much reload speed as possible. Resilience cube is going to be easily her best cube. And an assault cube for hit rate, right? She's a shotgun at the end of the day. So the more hit rate, basically the more damage, because hit rate is accuracy. And as a shotgun with no hit rate, she doesn't have no hit rate, but with a shotgun who has less hit rate, the bullets are not going to all connect. So the more hit rates, the more the bullets will connect, the more damage she does, basically. Very nice, right? So either assault cube or resilience cube. Cubes you do not want to give to her is wingman. You don't want to increase her max ammo capacity whatsoever. Same as Beishan. Every 10 rounds she reloads bullets. You don't want to do nothing like that. You don't want to have any way of increasing her attack or her ammo capacity. My bad. You don't want to increase her ammo capacity. Now, in terms of her gear, in terms of the effects you want on overload gear, it's very simple. You definitely want to have hit rate. You definitely want to have increased attack. and then you want to guaranteed have increased crit rate or crit damage. I would actually recommend crit rate, because if you don't crit, she crits decently, but if you don't crit, then obviously crit damage is useless, but crit rate's going to help you crit even more, right? And I think if you can get ANIS to have the second highest attack on the team, you can actually just get crit damage buffs from mass. We're going to talk about that in a bit, but if you can, then you just focus on the crit rate. But you definitely want to have increased hit rate, increased attack or crit rate, and crit damage. You could have element damage dealt, but I find that to be useless if you're not fighting literally the typing she's effective against, which I believe is water. So literally only go for hit rate, attack, and then crit rate or crit damage. That's all you need. In terms of her best partners and characters you do not want to use her with, unfortunately, Litter is a very good character for her, but remember, Litter increases ammo capacity, right, when you use it the first time by a nice percentage. It's only 4 or 5 seconds, but you don't want to have max ammo capacity increase. You can use Litter since it's only 5 seconds, but again, you do not want to have anybody who increases ammo capacity. Her best partner, though, is Privity, right? Because ANIS is literally just an electric version of Privity, right? When you enter a full burst, Privity increases all allies' attack, which will also go to ANIS's second skill, because the final attack. Increase ANIS's reload speed and decrease her ammo capacity, right? So literally everything in that first skill that Privity has is everything that you want ANIS to have. Right? Literally everything in that first skill is what ANIS needs to have for her. So this is clearly going to be her best partner. I already told you guys in my top 10 that Privity is one of the best characters in the game, because their first skill alone is better than most characters' entire kit, right? And you can see how well she works with just almost everybody, right? But ANIS is definitely one of the characters you want to be using with ANIS. Privity is one of the characters you want to be using with ANIS. Another good character for her is obviously going to be Mass, like I was saying. If you can actually have ANIS have one of the 2 highest attacks on the team, ANIS is going to be very good for her. Or Mass, I keep getting their names. Mass is going to be very good for her because she's increasing her crit rate and then also her crit damage every time you enter a full burst, right? Literally. So it's going to be very, very good there. Another character obviously is Dollar and Rupee. Those are just simple characters who can increase the attack, right? Anybody who can increase attack. I know Litter is also there, but again, max ammo capacity increase. You don't really want that from Litter, so there's no point to use her. Blanc, you can, but you need to use her with Noir. And Noir is definitely a character you do not want to run with ANIS, right? And not only does Noir increase their max ammo capacity, but she reloads bullets too. Right? She reloads bullets, so you don't want to run her with that character, right? But overall, any character who's obviously buffing ANIS in terms of attack, you already know the drill. In terms of who ANIS works well with, is basically any electro DPS. So Haran, Scarlet, Guillotine, Isabel, really any electric ally who does the damage. That's who ANIS works with. But ANIS herself is a very, very good character. That's honestly the best way to build her. Again, just so that you can summarize it, you want to focus on having as low bullets as possible and as high reload speed as possible. Really, I would highly recommend to invest into this character as much as you can, because the best way to describe her is a shotgun version of Alice. Literally, if you didn't need to have full-blown investments, right? She's literally Alice if Alice didn't need to have max invested equipment, high investments, and all that stuff. Literally, but as a shotgun. That's literally what she's doing. So, I do think she's a very, very good character. I do think she's a must summon after testing because she's limited, and this is a character you do not want to skip out on. But you guys let me know what you think. Hopefully this video was helpful for a lot of you guys who are confused on how to build her and tackle her. I do highly recommend building her. Overload gear. Get dupes if you need dupes, because dupes again help her. I'm going to go for LB3 most likely by the time her banner ends. You do have 3 weeks on her banner too, so remember that. If you want to wait for Helm, wait. You have 3 weeks. Her banner is going to be out for 1 whole week while Helm's banner's out. So it's really up to you to do what you want to do. But for now, it's your boy Zxous, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out later. Peace.